So today I had the genius idea to first pick Darion in RTA, inspired by the Vagabonds most likely being the next to a unit. I wanted to play around with him before his potential new buff. So the first thing you're probably noticing is that Darion is a terrible first pick unit. Don't get me wrong, he's not a terrible unit in RTA. He actually has some viability against control cleaves. He's just a terrible first pick unit. Darion is useful in some of the same situations as the Dragon Knights, Monkey Kings, Douglas, Artemiel, and more, but if you think about when you pick those units, it's never early in the draft because you lock yourself very early on into a very specific style of play, turn 2 bruiser. That being said, Darion actually can be effective coupled with immunity units like Wusa, Riley, Lulu, and other bruisers with passives like Dragon Knights. He provides extra survivability for your team as well as defense breaks and attack breaks. I was actually surprised at how often I use the attack break skill 2 against things like Ciara, Kaki, and other damage dealers that do damage based on their attack power. I really thought I'd be consistently trying to use skill 1 every turn and just ignore skill 2 completely. It's also fun when your opponents try to attack Darion first, and on triple revenge, they keep getting revenge defense broken on all their units, making it easier to pick them off afterwards with one of your other bruisers, not to mention when they try to use Molong Reckless Assault with Darion on the field, and it doesn't quite get the results they were hoping for. Darion's passive, however, does not do much to save your defense broken units from things like Dragon Knights, though. So I have him built with triple revenge, HP with speed, defense, HP substats. I wanted to get higher accuracy and resistance, but this is my ult and the runes are nothing insane. I still think he's decently usable on these runes though. Ultimately, again, as I mentioned, he is not a first pick unit. Really, he is not I think a lot of you already know that, but he is not a first pick unit. He is already a usable last pick unit in some situations against control cleave, and after his potential second awakening, he might be super strong, although he's still most likely going to be a last pick unit. We'll have to wait and see. I did roughly 20 battles with first picking him and stayed about the same rank at the end, which sounds bad, but I think is actually decent considering picking a unit like this first is a huge disadvantage, and originally I was trying to use him with some control units before just accepting the fact that I have to go full bruiser to actually make him work. I expected to drop rank actually, just based on him being a niche unit. Anyway, that's it for this one. Again, even though he's rarely used, he's actually not bad in RTA against certain comps. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you as always in the next one.